Now your host, Romy Bean, and the coach of the CU Buffs, Deion Sanders.
Swinging out left side, wide open. Grab is made. LaJohn Webster at the 15. Cuts inside of the defender. Left at the 5. Touchdown! And it's picked off. Colorado's got it. There goes Colton Hood down the sideline. Heartbreaking loss tonight, from elation to disappointment.
This team has heart. They have integrity. They're tough. They love to play this game. We just came up short. That was one that we should have got to play here and there.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into Coach Prime's Playbook here. Beautiful Folsom Field, Colorado, with the one and only Coach Prime. You said, Coach, this team's got heart. Feels like this is one of those bad tastes in their mouth that they're going to come out real hungry for the next one.
Why are you reminding me of this? I thought I flushed it and got it out of there, but right now you reminded me of this thing. That's tough because sometimes you get your butt kicked. You can deal with that. But when you feel like you should have had that one and it was snatched away from you, those are the ones that are tough. But it gives you a creative place to start. So you say, okay, let me start right there and let's fix this and let's move on.
Well, I think when you talk about moving on, huge sigh of relief to hear you say Travis Hunter should certainly play this weekend against Arizona.
Jimmy Horn as well as Will Shepherd as well.
With Travis, was there any concern that he wouldn't be able to play?
No. Not whatsoever, nor Jimmy or Will. Terrell is out. I think he's going to be out. Who else? Marion certainly is out, and I think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's it.
I'm going to ask you a question. I think I know the answer to it, but I'd love for you to address it. When Travis gets hurt, of course, the question becomes: should he be playing less? Is there ever a conversation about that?
Yeah, it don't make sense because hurt is hurt. Hurt does not know offense and defense. It's just straight pain. You just got hurt. It wasn't because you was on offense or you're on defense. That wasn't the case whatsoever. It's just something that transpired. He is who he is. I mean, he's been doing what he's doing right now ever since he was a kid. Yeah. That's all he knows. So you can't take that away from him. Sure, he's exposed to many more plays, but he's exposed to making more plays as well. That's the way you got to think.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Shilo Sanders, who was very open about, said it was the worst game of his life. You afterwards said, he felt like he played horrible, but I'm curious, the conversation that you had as father-son, as coach-son, what was that?
I mean, right after the game, I called him into the dressing room and talked to him because I want him to understand that I believe and I trust. You got to understand, Shilo has been the pillar of consistency on defense. Shilo has been that guy that brought everybody together in that attitude of the defense. So him not having a Shilo-like game once in his career, I didn't want him to think that, hey, man, I know I believe in you, and forget what they say. I know who you are, and I know how you're going to respond, and you want to just give them that positive reinforcement, not just as a father, but as a coach as well.
That's beautiful. Well, and I guess we know this, right? This team knows this, but especially being your sons, they know they're going to get extra heat.
Oh, my God,
How do they handle it?
They handle it well because not only do they get extra heat, but they get extra attention. So when it's going good, they get extra.
Yeah.
When it's not, this is the first time for Charlotte that it hadn't gone well. They get extra. Shedeur dealt with it. He deals with it every week.
Yeah.
I saw somewhere somebody comment that we should go with our backup quarterback because Shedeur can't read defenses. I thought he complete 35 passes for 41, something crazy like that. But you just got to let that be it and focus on what you do well. Let's go and perfect that this week in practice, study film, and let's come out there and have a big one, and everybody forgets about it when you win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When we talk about Shedeur, he does so many things well. He's got football IQ's off the charts. I could go on and on. I guess one thing, if you look at, and he's pretty open about it, is walking that fine line of improvising but not taking those ill-advised sacks. How does he work on that throughout the week?
See, I want to say something as a coach, but then I want to say something as a father.
Give me both.
I'm conflicted. Sometimes when I get on him about holding the ball, he'll say, wait till you see it on film.
Okay.
Then you watch it on film, and you say, okay. Okay. Or, you get on him right after the timeout, TV timeout. I say, look, one thing we can't do is take a sack right here. We can't take a sack. In the first play back, we take a sack. But then when you see it on film, you say, okay. So sometimes the fans and you don't get the copy that we get.
Right.
You don't see what was supposed to happen or what really happened. And it happens so quick that you're waiting for something to happen and it don't happen. So I'm trying to tell you in the nicest way I can, but I don't want to say too much. But yeah, he needs to get rid of the ball, okay? But sometimes he's certainly right when you see how he saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys have like a little argument maybe?
No. One thing about it, you don't want to do the quarterback like that. You want him to have a clear mind. Like it was one point in the game, I said, look, I need you to do this. He said, trust me, I got this. Trust me, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. Let me do my thing. And the next play, that's when he scrambled up the middle and threw the touchdown pass.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's aware of everything that's happening on the field.
So do you feel like there are times where you got to put my coach hat on, got to leave the dad hat off?
Oh, when the game starts, I leave the dad hat on.
Yeah.
Like when we walk down that sideline, I'm dad. When we come back, I'm coach.
Yeah.
So the dad hat is off. Now when our players sustain injuries, even opposing team, I turn into a dad because that's my sympathetic type of feel and understanding. Because I want all these kids to be healthy. I want them to have a chance to prosper. Even the opposing team. One of the best conversations that was had was with me and the coach doing the timeout when one of their players was hurt. I mean, we was out there, just compliment one another and said, we don't know how this game is going to turn out because it was tight. He's like, this is a good one. This is a really good one.
I love that. I love to hear those little inside conversations. We got to take a break. Coming up next, we're going to talk to one of the game wreckers from Kansas State, a guy we've been waiting to see hit the quarterback. We'll talk to BJ Green on the other side.
Hey, man.
This is Coach Prime's Playbook.
Under the lights here in Boulder, that's quarterback Avery Johnson of Kansas State being sacked by the Colorado defensive front led by BJ Green.
Welcome back into Coach Prime's Playbook, and such a thrill today to be joined by Sackmaster BJ Green. BJ, you got not once but twice on Saturday. We've been waiting all season to see you break out. How did it feel to finally get that hit pay dirt?
Just being myself, that's a standard. It's not anything that anybody was surprised about. It's not something that he's surprised about. So that's just a standard I got to uphold from here on in.
Did it feel like a weight off your shoulders? All right, I'm off and running now?
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Sapp about it before. Sacks come in splashes, but once you break it down, it's open season now. So,
has it been a difficult transition in any ways for you coming to Colorado?
Just the way that we practice, the way we train is probably the most difficult thing that I faced in collegiate football. So.
Yeah.
And we on their butts.
Yeah,
it ain't no, you did good, BJ good. No, it ain't none of that.
Yeah.
It's like, you told us you want to go pro. You told us you want to get drafted early.
Yeah.
This is what it takes.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to do, or this is what you ain't going to do. So it sounded like that. And when we start talking, it's tough. They know it's tough. But as long as we at them, and on their butts, he know he got something special, and he does have something special. But we're not going to settle with any mediocrity because we know the game that he just had, that's what he's capable of doing.
That's what's capable of. And, of course, I want to go back to last year when Colorado played Arizona State. You had a career-high 7 tackles. You got to Shedeur Sanders. So what's it like now being on the same team as two, where last year you were trying to make his life a living nightmare?
It's beneficial to play with a high-level quarterback like him because I get to see certain tendencies in quarterbacks that that high-level quarterbacks that we see this year have. So, being able to play against, a team like Arizona, certain things that Shedeur does, that he does well, the other quarterbacks may not do as well. So, those are things I can take and put into my bag and take advantage of on Saturday.
When you talk about adding things to your tool bag, you're also getting coached by so many greats. Of course, you got Prime, but you've also got Warren Sapp, you got D-Lou. What's it like for you, and what have you learned being coached by these guys?
Just be a sponge. Every little thing that they tell me, no matter how they tell it or how they say it, you guys got to take that and then self-reflect and apply that to your game, So it's something that I take advantage of every day. I get almost like a kid when Coach Sapp shows us his old highlights of how things are supposed to be done, because it's stuff that we make hard, he shows us, and it really could be that easy.
Wow. You played for Coach Prime when you were young, right?
Yes, sir.
Is he the same coach? Is he different now?
Yeah.
He doesn't change for nobody.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
He's gonna be Coach Prime. Gonna be Coach Prime, and that transcends time. So.
Yeah.
At what point did you decide that you wanted to come and move your career over here to Colorado?
I just took some time and I prayed and I said, I just want to finish it out with who I started it with. So Coach Prime was the one who told me I should be playing defense, so might as well finish it with the people.
Right. That's when early on he wanted to be a running back, right?
Yes,
he wanted to be a running back.
To be a running back.
Yeah, nobody could tackle him. Let's get that straight at the youth level. But I'm like, dog, that's not who you are. You're a D tackle. You're a big fellow. You need to be inside and you need to go get it. And the rest is history. But he still, to me, he still has so much more to do, and he can accomplish so much more. It's just his habits, and he just got to be consistent with these habits. And what you saw last week, that's what you're going to see on a consistent basis, because he got that. Yeah.
BJ, your journey's incredible. You come from walk-on to NFL prospect. What has been the biggest challenge for you in this journey to get you where you are now, where everybody's talking about you?
Me. There's nobody standing in my way. I just, like he said before, like habits, consistency, certain things that I have to do to be able to make those things happen, you know, and when I do make those things happen, games like Saturday happen. So.
That's right.
That's fantastic. Well, we can't wait to see what you do this Saturday now. BJ, thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back into Coach Prime's Playbook. Time now for Who's Next. And who's next? We're going down a trip in the desert. The Arizona Wildcats. Let's take a look at the Wildcats, who are 500 on the season right now. They've lost 2 in a row, 3 of their last 4, which has been surprising because preseason they were ranked in the top 25, their highest ranking since 1999. Let's hear from Wildcat head coach Brent Brennan on not meeting expectations so far.
A year ago, this team was 3-3. Right, which is where we sit today. And the only difference between those things is how we feel about it. Because of the expectations going into the season, right, like all that stuff. And so now all of a sudden, it feels worse, right? And the good news is we have 6 opportunities left to play. Like, we have so much football left to play.
All right, well, you're no stranger to expectations. This Arizona team came in and everyone were talking about them maybe winning the Big 12. They've certainly underachieved so far. What do you see from this team?
Well, I'm not going to say that. These kids are good. I mean, they're well coached. They get after it on defense. They hustle. They get to the darn football. They got some big guys up front that can contain the run. Long DBs on the back end that are pretty talented as well. Linebackers flying around. Offensively, their quarterback and their receiver is amongst the best in the Big 12. The receiver may be one of the best in the country. Unfortunately, they're not winning, so you don't hear a lot about him, but we know, football people know how good this young man is. And I promise you, he's going to be one of the first receivers taken off the board if they give him his chance. Travis Hunter.
Okay. That's always a good answer.
Or 2 people. Travis Hunter or 2 people. We got a secondary that we like. We really like our guys on the outside. We really do. So it's going to be a task. It's going to be a challenge for them to study and prepare and understand what they're trying to accomplish against us. But I like the game plan that we've implemented. I love what Rob is doing defensively, so we're going to be okay.
I think you could have probably just stopped at Travis Hunter, but I did like the full explanation as well. Noah Fafita, obviously, maybe he's not having his best season so far, but he is a great quarterback, a guy that you feel like you don't want to give him any confidence.
No, because he's a two-way guy. I mean, the guy can run the ball, which he's not a runner, but he can run to extend drives, but he can throw the heck out of the ball. He can make every throw on the field, and he looks for 4. That's his partner. That's his homie. They came up together, and he's going to look for him.
Feel like a good game for BJ Green, maybe?
I think it's peripherally it's a good game for the whole defense, not just BJ, but BJ's going to do what BJ does.
Okay, we're excited. Looking forward to that. We got to take one more break. Coming up on the other side, we're going to talk a little bit about Saturday's game, but something that maybe behind-the-scenes stuff. We'll be right back.
This is Coach Prime's Playbook.
Welcome back into Coach Prime's Playbook, and Folsom Field, as it tends to be on a Saturday, is a star-studded affair. It was like an NBA All-Star game on Saturday.
I peeked down there and I saw a couple guys that I really wanted to go speak to, but I'm in the middle of the game.
Right.
So I kind of did that to KD, and I told Carmelo's son that his dad was him. You know, so that was I didn't get to see. I tell you what, I saw the tallest human being I ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name? He was on the sideline. This is the tallest man I've ever seen.
Not KD?
Not KD, the other kid. I forgot who he plays for. Oh my God, he was long.
There's John Wall. He's not the tallest.
John Wall. I met John Wall. Russ is my
Russ?
guy. I didn't even see Russ.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan was there too. He's pretty tall.
I didn't see those guys. No, it was one of the young. He had to be 7 foot, 7'4", or something like that.
I don't know who it was.
Like
now.
he was shoulders
you're
over everyone.
Bobo.
Yes.
You're talking about Bobo, who used to play for the Denver Nuggets. Now plays for
Man,
the
let me
Suns.
tall you something. That's the tallest human being I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, he is a tall.
I want to suit him up and throw him a fade.
Yeah. All right, let's go. He's 7'7".
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, he's
I
not.
thought he was on somebody's shoulders. I really did. You know how you enter the game, then you look and say, dang, and you look back. Wow!
Right.
Then you go back to the game.
He's just going to catch it because he's that tall.
That's the tallest human being I've ever seen in my life.
That's incredible. Before we go, because I don't want to miss this, London Merritt posted this awesome video. He was in town here, but you were braiding his sister's hair. He said this meant so much to him. Is this the girl dad coming out?
No, that's a real dad right there.
Yeah.
You got to understand, like I had 2 daughters. So I learned how to braid early. Yeah, so I asked Bossy.
You know, recruiting's not easy, but this was just such a beautiful moment. How did this transpire?
You know, she just had one of the braids and it was coming in loose, so I said, I got this.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I took care of it. I just told her I didn't have the rubber bands to make sure it was tight at the end.
That's beautiful. Yeah. What can't he do?
Yeah.
I love it. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck on Saturday. Guys, thanks for joining us. See you next time.